let's do another collab. You haven't been returning my calls.
I mean, I would, but last time it kinda sucked. And I don't think either of our careers can take that kind of hit again.
I mean, it was barely a collab to begin with, mostly just us talking separately.
So we can agree it sucked and no one should watch it?
Yes. But...
God damn it, are you playing dumb Lego TV show theme songs again? I told you last time.
Have you guys ever heard of Lego Ninjago? I'm gonna guess you most likely did but never watched it, which I don't really blame you for.
DVD rock music? You. What the fuck have you gotten me into?
Well, Mark, my entirely voluntary co-host, I was just getting into our subject for the day. The first 2 seasons of Lego Ninjago Masters of Spinjitzu.
That CG Lego show made to sell toys that got a movie 6 years too late? You kidnapped me for that? I was honestly expecting more than some shitty decade old cartoon. I was also expecting more of an original opening skit. I mean, I'm pretty sure I did this exact thing like a year ago.
Bite your tongue, Ethan. The tried and true formula of kidnapping your special guest has existed in the reviewer sphere for many millennia. And if you don't like Lego Ninjago now, I guess I'll just have to show you what you've been missing all this time.
To be honest, I'd rather not.
Well, we do the review, or you're getting in the sack again.
But I've never even seen this show. How can I review something I have no knowledge of?
Well, that's never stopped any reviewer before.
Well, if we're gonna wing it, we might as well sound like we know something so some 30-year-olds won't get angry at us. You seem to have an abnormal amount of these Lego DVDs, we might as well watch through them.
Ooh, binging party. So, we finally got through season 1. What'd you think?
Well, it certainly was a show that I spent a large amount of my time watching.
Is that it? Come on, there's gotta be something you can say.
Nope, I think I summed up my thoughts pretty well.
Well, I think we need to get a grasp for the show's history and how it came to be. That sounds interesting, right?
Not really.
Fuck you, we're doing it anyway.
But I already know what happened. Back in the late 2000s, some marketing executives were sitting around a table and decided, hey, there's this guy who wants to tell this really generic story about ninjas with elementals and shit. But it obviously wouldn't do very well. How about we mix it with a property we have to tie in some brand deal and make a load of money right off the bat?
Actually, in 2010 or so, the people at LEGO wanted to create a series that could give them a new toy brand. The show came out before the toys, but they did plan on making it a big thing. The reason you might feel so meh about it could be because this was planned to go with toys from the start, but rest assured, the story was made for the LEGO series.
So you're telling me the reason behind it was just as corporate and soulless?
Yeah, pretty much. So the series revolves around 4 ninja in a monastery being taught by their sensei named Wu to learn Spinjitzu, an imaginary form of ninjutsu where they spin around and make elemental tornadoes. Those ninja also carry 4 magical items related to their element: a sword, a scythe, shurikens, and nunchucks, the elements being ice, fire, earth, and lightning. One of them also has a sister who definitely wants to be a ninja, but for some reason never expresses this to the others in the early parts of the series, so she goes around in a mech suit without telling the ninja because plot.
Wait a second, the elements are fire, ice, earth, and lightning? Ice is just a frozen version of water, right?
Yes.
And the ice ninja has control over that?
Correct.
So he's controlling a form of water.
Makes sense to me.
Then shouldn't he be able to control water as well?
No, silly, because... because!
Okay, clearly the elements don't make sense.
That might be true, but the characters hold up the series with their personalities, don't they?
Not really, all I can remember was Kyle Leeds, Jed does machines, Cole is cool but rude, they're all sort of party dudes, and Zayn almost has no personality. That sound familiar to any other teenage ninja group you've heard of?
Let me think here. They all wear nearly identical clothing and can only really be distinguished from their color and weapon. They have the specific set of character traits. Their master is a father-like figure whose brother turns out to be the group's biggest enemy. They have a female friend/relative who hangs out with them. And...
It's TMNT, you idiot.
Jesus, man.
Sorry, I just couldn't handle hearing you say it wasn't Ninja Turtles at the end in some hackneyed Butch Hartman level joke. Anyway, it's pretty obvious where they got their inspiration.
We can't forget the old Gandhi expression. Soulless marketing breeds soulless marketing.
Gandhi never said that, but you're right. This strategy did wonders in the 80s when kids bought everything TMNT related. Why wouldn't it work today? Who even cares about writing a good story?
That reminds me, care to let the audience in on this season's riveting plot?
To be honest, I'd rather not, but I don't really have a choice, so I guess I will. Season 1 revolves around the 4 ninjas having to overcome a group of evil snake creatures, unleashed by the son of the powerful Garmadon. The snakes want to awaken a giant serpent by collecting 4 silver fang blades, and so the ninjas must learn to master their new abilities to stop them. There is also an ongoing mystery of who the legendary Green Ninja is, until we get the great reveal that the real Green Ninja was the enemy they made along the way.
Ha! Irony.
Not really an original twist though.
Yeah. Also, the snake's plan doesn't make much sense. They want to release this great serpent to take over the world, but it takes the ninja telling them to realize it's going to eat everything it sees, including them. That's not the kind of misstep you just gloss over. At the least, their leader should have seen this coming.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing they teach you at Villain School 101. The snakes really should have thought this through. Or maybe it's the writers who should have thought this through.
But Mark, think about it. If they didn't make the snakes unintentionally much more stupid, there wouldn't be a conflict at all.
Yeah, that's what's called bad writing. They probably should have thought of a better conflict instead of spending that time thinking of new snakes for their latest toy set.
Yeah, that's true. Not to mention they get Lloyd to turn to the good side way too easily. You're telling me this kid who wanted to cause destruction and was raised by evil incarnate himself just needed to be read a bedtime story about why snakes are bad to turn him over? That's the dumbest cop-out I've ever heard. He doesn't even take long to stop doing anything bad. He just goes over and is perfectly content with it after pulling a few pranks.
Yeah, I mean, that makes as much sense as creating a show about Lego characters yet never doing anything with the fact that they're made out of Legos. Oh, wait.
Oh yeah, why the hell are they Lego to begin with? What's the story aspect that's affected from them being Lego? How are situations different because they are Lego?
Marketing! But for real, it's not like the world they live in is even made out of Lego either, because that would require a budget. It's just the characters and the odd object here and there they decide should be a brick. It does way more harm to the series than it does good. The action, for example.
The action in this show is really hindered by the fact their bodies are so restricted. You know when you get 2 Lego men and smack them together? Yeah, that's the action of this show.
Even when thinking by that standard, it doesn't work. The characters still bend their limbs and cut into their character models as if they aren't Lego half the time, so we get some really uncomfortable shots where they try to pull off complex movement. If you want to do movements like that, regular human models would do. Don't make a Lego show. You need to know what you're doing to pull that off. The Lego movie would change the character's limbs and make it so Lego could feasibly do what's shown. You don't have the budget, so don't act like you do.
And one of the best ways to show impact in an action show is by the characters taking visible damage and having the environment get messed up. But again, they can't really do that with Lego characters.
Yes, they can. It's just this world isn't really even made out of Lego to begin with, so they just fall like feathers onto blank grounds that vaguely appear as roads and surfaces.
Some of the monsters don't even look like they're made of Lego. The Great Devourer just looks like a random render from the Clone Wars cartoon or any other CG show at the time. There's room to be creative here, you just aren't doing it.
And this could have worked, it really could have if the show wasn't so hellbent on being this serious, edgy action show. If it were a comedy, I think embracing the strangeness of the concept could have been hilarious.
That's true. There's a scene where one of the serpents loses their staff and snake-like body to someone else, and they just magically lose the bottom half, which turns into legs. Looking at the model itself, the snake part cuts off the leg part, so the writers could include a scene where other snakes just rip off his bottom half and give it to the new guy, but no, not serious enough. This show is a partial comedy, isn't it?
Not a very good one. That could have actually been funny, but this show decides to go for the lowest, most beaten down comedy from every cartoon at the time. I can barely remember any of the jokes other than the classic, and then the opposite happens.
As far as the writing goes, the ending wasn't the worst ever. They think they can't win, so they give the weapons to Garmadon, and he kills the snake but makes off with the weapons. That's a good way to try and build suspense for the next season, as we see Lloyd evolve into the Green Ninja.
That might be true, but the slogfest we had to go through on the way to it wasn't really worth it. The story dragged on for a while, the animation wasn't great, there was no reason for the characters to be Lego whatsoever. It just felt like another boring Elemental show, trying to pretend it's something more because it's Lego.
Oh, come on, I'm sure there was something you liked about it.
I liked that the intro changed to reflect the growth of the characters.
That's it? Well, I guess that means we're moving on to season 2.
Okay, get the next DVD.
Yeah, sure. Oh no, my comically oversized glasses have fallen from my face. I can't see a thing, but I can still get it despite the likelihood I'll fuck it up. Don't worry, Mark, nothing will go wrong.
Dude, I really don't care, just put in the DVD.
Okay, there it is.
What the? This is even dumber than I expected. What happened to everyone?
Wait a second. This isn't season 2. Where did I put the... I'm sure he won't notice.
What's with this weird time skip? Lloyd's all grown up, Naya's a ninja, and they have some robot that isn't Xian?
Oh, well, I guess you just don't understand the complexities of Lego Ninjago, Mark. Yeah, that's the issue.
I guess the show is more complex than I thought. Oh wait, no it isn't. This season feels almost the exact same as the last, but worse. Was the sensei always this much of a whiny dickhead? It seems like he does almost nothing now but complain and moan. What happened since last season?
Well, Mark, sometimes shit happens and that's that. You don't know what could have happened to him in this apparent time skip. Maybe that tea he's drinking is actually whiskey because of the alcoholic he's turned into. You don't know. Stop assuming.
And why do all the ninjas sound kind of off? Did they get new voice actors?
No, it's the same. They just sound more whiny. We're getting ahead of ourselves, though. Let's start with the basic plot.
That's easy. It's fundamentally the same with more characters and less reason. Just like the beginning of the first season, the ninjas have gotten lazy from not training in a while and need a new adventure. We get 4 episodes of filler before they reach a pyramid and release the villain. A snake. Wait, this is exactly what Lloyd did. The only difference is the ninja opened it and there's only 1 snake instead of 5 tribes. We're only at season 2 and they're already running out of ideas.
I mean, yeah, but were you expecting anything better from the guys who tried to rip off Ninja Turtles?
Well, no. But considering this show has, like, I don't know, 11 seasons? I thought there would have been a reason for that, like it was some hidden gem that's worst aspect is that it had to be a Lego tie-in. But it's just kind of a generic action cartoon. Why did you even pick this to begin with?
Because have you seen how big this fan base is? I originally just wanted to do it because I was nostalgic for the property, but causing anarchy and pissing off fans of a cartoon that's run for decades is rather humorous to me. You can't tell me that it isn't fun to do just by stating your opinion. Also, I wanted to look back and see if the show was better or worse than I remembered.
And which was it?
Yeah, I'll let you know when we finish talking about this season.
What else is there to even say? It just comes off like the writers desperately trying to pad out 13 episodes to call it a season.
We haven't talked about the new characters yet. For example, Lloyd is grown up now and, yeah, he's there. He doesn't contribute that much more than the others, considering he's the Green Ninja and all, he just kind of acts the same. Actually, now that I think about it, with the addition of Pixel, the robot maid, and Nia being more prominent, it feels like the characters have lost the really blatant small characteristics they had before.
It's what to be expected when you keep throwing new characters at the screen. The others get less to develop and show off their personalities. The first season wasn't good, but it at least had episodes for each of the ninjas to overcome something and be better as people. All we learn in this season is that Wu is a hypocrite who did something with no thought and decided his problems would just go away.
That's kind of an exaggeration. The fans are definitely gonna get annoyed at you for saying that.
Look man, I really don't care to be honest, I sort of blanked out halfway through this. Can you wrap this up so I can go home?
Yeah, whatever, fine. The ninja aren't interesting, the only thing that's improved is the animation and fights. Still no reason to be a Lego show, was worse than I remembered. Broken marriage out of 10. Mark?
What? Oh, yeah, sure, Mom, whatever. I don't care. Look, let's never do this again or I'm gonna have to file a restraining order. Okay, see ya.
Fine. Go. I don't want you here anyway. I can do videos all by myself. I'm a strong, independent woman, and you can never take that away from me.
You literally kidnapped me to be here, but okay, bye.
Well, I guess this is the end. Thanks for watching, and, yeah. Peace.